Hello. This is Hot Talk. Richard, have you got a hot list? Hot lists are all the rage, I've heard. Do you know what's hot, Richard? Human beings. Human beings are really hot because one moment they're human, and the next moment they can be inhuman. That's really good, don't you think, Richard?
Human beings, Tim? Are you kidding me? Human beings are so not hot. What with all their complicated feelings and emotional neediness?
Oh, so what? Emotional neediness breeds literary greediness. Anyway, I know what's even hotter. Aliens. They're really something, Richard. You can make films about aliens using actors who can't act. And it doesn't matter a jot. Now that's hot.
Agreed. Aliens certainly have about them a certain something. A certain je ne sais pourquoi. But not all aliens are equally hot. The hottest of the lot, by far, are those tentacled, slimy, slithery ones.
Oh, blimey. Hot and slimy, all things grimy. Not sure about this, Richard. I'm having second thoughts. But you know, second thoughts could be pretty hot. With second thoughts, you don't have to read any more Allen Ginsberg.
Allen Ginsberg? Who's Allen Ginsberg?
Oh, you know, that bearded man who used to take his clothes off to read his poetry. Those were the days. I've lost myself. I know why he took his clothes off though. He was feeling pretty hot.
Which reminds you.
Which reminds me.
Do you want me to do your bit, Tim?
Which reminds me that Sicily is hot, especially in July.
The crew list calendar month July for sure, but so not hot at all, south of the equator.
Oh, all right then. Well, what about the Eleusinian mysteries? They're so cool, they're hotter than the coolest kid in school.
It says it all that I don't know what those things are. If they were really hot, then they'd be on my radar. Better get Hercule Poirot on the case. What with him being one real, hotty, McHot face.
Oh yes, I forgot. You're from Eccles, aren't you? No mysteries in Eccles, Eleusinian or otherwise. And Hercule Poirot, who, by the way, is just in the imagination of Robert Shepherd, is about as hot as a cold pie from Peel Green.
A cold pie from Eccles being never heard of before. My pies emerge red hot every time I open my oven door. Pies being all that I really know how to bake, as I've never had much luck whenever I've tried to cook an Eccles cake.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Richard, stop putting yourself down. You know what's hot out of the oven? Hell. Hell is hot out of the oven. And hell is not just hot, hell is interesting.
Interesting is hot.
And you can't be interesting.
And you can't... and you can't be interesting.
That rehearsal's really paid off, Tim.
Yeah.
Interesting is hot. You're right. But the kind of interesting that's best is the kind that starts out not very interesting at all, and it's minutes, hours, until its interestingness is finally revealed.
Like your poems, you mean. At first, they're not very interesting at all. But you know, give them a few years, and they become quite hot.
My poetry's never been hot, it's true, but it doesn't matter, as a bloke writing the poems couldn't be hotter.
But don't you think that the fact that you're pretty hot is reflected heat off the poems? You know, Like that J.H. Bryn chappie. Surely he's not hot because of the poems. I mean, come on.
Bryn is hot, yes. But I always put that down to him being a cyclist.
You're mixing him up with William Epsom. Understandable. I usually mix him up with David Kelly, who I mix up with that Dr. Shipman bloke. I met him once, that's Bryn, not Shipman, in a barn in Devon. I was supposed to be one of the shepherds, and he was one of the three kings.
Seasonal. I've forgotten which position I'm meant to be arguing. The fire's dying. Pass me another lump of coal.
Ah, you, my friend, have been forced by the perspicacity of your own rhetoric to pronounce to the world that you're hot, but your poems are not. I'm saying that in their own way, both are pretty hot. In their own way. But I'm biased because I'm your friend. If I was your enemy, I might think contrawise.
Rhetoric is hot.
I thought so too.
Which is absolutely classic, Hugh. Always thinking, which is, of course, itself pretty damn hot. Hotter than speaking, anyway. Which people, I think, do a little bit too much of these days. Did you have a nice Christmas? This afternoon I'm going to see the film Silence and then not talk about it to anyone at all, ever, even if directly asked. Anyway though, I'm digressing. You were telling me about your Christmas.
No, I wasn't. I think you're mixing up reality with the enemy's project. The two are incompatible, mate.
Well, Stephen Fowler's real, isn't he? It's not my dad in a costume pretending to be him.
All things are possible, Richard. All things are possible. That's why the avant-garde is so hot.
Not that hot, as it's clearly the case that most people couldn't care less about the avant-garde plus. How much money does it create? What with that being cash, as everyone knows? The one true measure of artistic success. No, what's really hot, Tim, is a constant and perpetual flow of dough straight into my account and the chance to watch the balance grow.
Oh, at last, a bit of poetry. Flow, dough, grow. Not quite hot enough, though, considering we're about to climax.
Climaxing? I could go on for hours yet, Tim. Oh, at least another couple of minutes or so.
Oh, Richard, you're so hot. You're like one of those little Duracell bunny rabbits.
Oh, they were hot, totally. I remember we all wanted one of those in the 80s. I remember my father telling me, though, that I couldn't have one, as they required far too much looking after, and that I'd soon get bored cleaning out its cage. Really, is there anything hotter than the wisdom shared by the older generation with the younger?
No, spot on. There's nothing hotter than the wisdom shared by us oldie father figures with you young innocents. Brexit, for example, which I wrote a poem about. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
Okay. It's in 3 verses that demonstrate the breadth of my poetic prowess. Verse 1. Stammering Cameron pretends to have read the Decameron, but nobody believed him. Verse 2. Boris the Loris, Gove the Cove, Doomsday, Doomsday, Varage Mauve. Verse 3. I don't have time to sulk, because I buy me potatoes in bulk.
How about I treat you to a hot jacket potato from Morrison's Cafe for your tea?
Well, that would be very nice, as long as it's not an echo.
Come on then, Tim, let's go.
I'm coming.